Hey, this is Vu, and today I'm going to take a look at Astralis' Banana Domination on Inferno. Really, Astralis' ability to consistently control Banana is one of the reasons that Astralis has been so great on Inferno. They constantly make teams use a ton of utility and a ton of players to try and control Banana, and when they do get control of it, it's rarely without some sort of disadvantage. As you can see on this round, Renegades is going to get control of Banana in a 4v4, however, they've used almost all of their utility, and they've taken a ton of damage on the players they do have remaining, as well as sending all 5 members towards Banana to begin with. They now have no map control. Astralis easily could have pushed down mid or pushed down alt mid, and Renegades has no idea what's going on. This is kind of the thing that Astralis does best. They put so much consistent pressure on Banana that teams are worried about going there with only a few members, and around that, Astralis can absolutely dominate teams. They'll often send 3 players towards Banana just for the utility of the 3rd player, and they're going to consistently put pressure on those players to try and go towards Banana. Astralis will use all of their utility if they have to, and the only thing they're worried about holding on to is one smoke. You can see in the majority of the rounds that I'm highlighting here, they will leave one player alive in the B site with one smoke that they hope to hold on to for as long as possible. Astralis isn't super worried about eventually giving up Banana. Their main goal is to get some sort of an advantage and force their opponents to use as much utility as possible because they don't want to give them the ability to go for a full execute if they can. As you can see in this round you're watching here, they used almost all of their utility. They've left Zipnix with full utility at top Banana as the players rotate off. However, the 2 players that were there earlier used all of their own utility. That's a double Molotov, nades, and flashes, and they're going to rotate off to have Glaive left here with the smoke. He's got no other real nades to work with. Zipnix used his own smoke at the bottom of Banana earlier, but the main thing is Glaive has a smoke and he's going to be able to toss it down with about 35 seconds left on the clock. Astralis believes in themselves to be actually able to hold this map consistently as long as they can toss that smoke down at the end of the round. They're not at all worried about any other utility, and you can see as Liquid's going to execute through this smoke, this works very well for them. They just spam players down through the smoke, and there's little their opponents can actually do. It gets to the point on their CT sides where Astralis actually makes teams completely give up Banana because they're so worried about how much utility damage they're actually going to take even if they try and go for it. They'll constantly force pressure there. They'll quickly rotate off if they see a team is going a little bit passive or trying to give it off. And when teams do try and contest, they will push straight down for those kills on players on the cubbies, and they'll get them. On their T side, what Astralis does is actually fairly similar. They just send their best spawn with a Molotov to molly off car and either go aggressive to peek corner, like Glaive does here, or go towards tree or the cubby on the other side. The goal is to keep their opponents off guard. They don't want their opponents to use utility comfortably and line up nade stacks or anything like that. They just want to keep them guessing and force them into uncomfortable situations like this, where Freakazoid is trapped at sandbags and Glaive gets the angle on him quickly, as well as quite a bit of damage on Akusta. If Ghost was here in a duo instead of trioing Banana, this round would probably be very over for them as they could instantly push up Banana and Ghost would be in a very uncomfortable situation. Again, Astralis isn't worried about how much utility it takes to control Banana because they realize by the end of the half, a lot of the times these teams are going to be so pressured on Banana that they're going to be very uncomfortable no matter the situation. In this round, Ghost does end up winning. However, Astralis' idea did work. They got Banana control and they got an advantage based off Banana. They just lost the advantage on the other side of the map. In this round here, Astralis again going for the same thing. This time Magisk had the best spawn, so he went towards logs, playing a little bit more passively, using nades and flashes to prevent their opponents from comfortably nade stacking or getting any crazy boosts off. Then they're going to smoke off the molly, again not at all worried about how much utility it takes to control Banana. They're using as much as they need, and you can see that their utility is actually very low in this situation, but they're actually comfortable with that as a situation. They still feel like as long as they can go towards Banana and their opponents don't have a smoke to smoke off top Banana or any sort of mollies, all they really need is a couple of smokes and a flash for Coffin, CT, and a flash over to still take control of B late, or to throw enough of a fake because their opponents are worried about that take that they cause a rotate over. What you're going to see in this round is Ghost actually rotates a player over who has a smoke, so Astralis, when they look like they want to go for this sort of B execute, they're going to throw a flash up and they're going to try and peek out. The smoke drops down, and unlike opponents they often play against, they don't try and run through the smoke. They realize that they've probably caused a rotate, which they have, and they just head back right on over to A and isolate out Wardell in the A bomb site. Probably Astralis on their CT side would be more confident on that B hold and not actually rotate anyone over. But in this situation, Ghost over-rotated, and this is what Astralis is looking for. Isolate those banana players, don't let them be comfortable in their bomb site, and cause rotations and cause chaos. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped.